Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh everyone. So in this video I'm going to tell you what is my business mistake. At least this is the first one, which is no accountability. Now, what does it mean by this mistake? Okay, so let me tell you a story around this. Well, you see, I start my business project in December 2024. And the first week I went into this project, I was full of excitement. However, after that first week, well, of course, that excitement was gone, okay? And it's all about work afterward. And one thing that I realized is that for a certain day, I procrastinated. And in fact, for a certain period, I even like procrastinated for like very, very many days, a lot of days. And for and right now, I kind of realized one thing, okay, which is external internal motivation is not enough. We still need external motivation. We still need external pressure. And in order to get that external pressure, we need someone else to make sure we really do the stuff that we want to do. And for this external pressure, which means that we need accountability. We need accountability. And accountability means that having someone to ask you, how are you doing? Literally every single day. So how does it look like for in my case right now that I've learned it, okay? So you see, first of all, we need an accountability partner here. Well, one of the reasons why in many startup business, so you see, there is this venture capital called Y Combinator, and one of the requirements to get into that venture capital is to have a co-founder in the project, in the startup, okay? And that co-founder is literally will be someone who will hold us accountable, because he will make sure that, hey man, do you really do the stuff that you want to do, that you say you will do yesterday? So that is why co-founder is really important. But if you don't really have any co-founder here, you can ask your mom, your dad, your employee, to ask yourself like, hey, how are you doing every single day? Do you really do the stuff that you say you will do yesterday? And it can also be a random guy on internet, and that's what it looks like for me. I literally pay someone else on internet. And so I report these 6 things to that random guy. First one is, what have I done today? Second, how would I rate my productivity from scale 1 to 10? And third is how to improve rating score or improve the rating consistency. So which means that if my productivity rating was 5 out of 10, I would report him what would I do differently next time, so it can be like 9 out of 10. And if the rating was 9 out of 10, I probably will say something like, I probably will report the thing that said, how can I make it even more consistent? So it can be like, keep having 9 out of 10 for the next day or even for the rest of my life, hopefully. Of course, that's kind of impossible. So the fourth report that I want to report to him is that, what do I plan tomorrow? It's basically saying that, do you really will do this thing that you say you will do yesterday? Yeah, that is the fourth thing. And the fifth one is, did I sleep on time? No. This one is, I think in our life, the most important activity to measure whether you will be productive for the rest of the day, like the single most important activity that, like 2080, like even one, like it's a simple activity that really 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 important, and that single activity is sleep. If I can sleep on time, like very very likely the next day I will be productive. On the other hand, if I don't sleep on time, most likely it is because I got distracted that night, or and that causes the next day to have like very very little energy, a little motivation. That's why sleep is, I think, single most important thing. Very simple but very important. So for me, I plan myself to sleep at least in this. So right now it is Ramadan, and because of that, I plan myself to sleep at 9:30 p.m. If I and this actually relates to the next thing that I want to report, which is if I fail to sleep on time, how to prevent it. If like, of course, it doesn't mean that I literally have to fall asleep at 9:30, but like, I mean, I'm ready to sleep, which means I'm already laying in my bed and the lights has switched off, something like that. And if I succeed to sleep on time, how to make it more consistent so I can sleep again and again and again at 9:30 p.m. That is what I report to him, these six things. And after I report this, I ask him to comment on my report, like giving me feedback basically. Like, okay, yeah, just giving me feedback. So I've done this for 3 days so far, quite good so far, and I paid him. I don't want to say to you how much did I pay him, definitely. And I guess that is my accountability stuff. So minimum, literally minimum, we should have someone to hold us accountable. And this again should be every day, not just in work day, but literally on weekend also. It depends. Do you want to be productive in weekend? For me, because I'm still young, no, mm, no liability, that's it. No, no responsibility to other people. Actually, I have, but not that big. I want to be productive on my weekend. So I asked him to do this to me every single day. That is for my accountability. But wait, there is more. So actually, it doesn't also for personal accountability, but also for a project. So this is another story. So right now, I've been 3 months in my project, in my current project, software B2B project, and I feel like there was a moment where I feel like I'm not going faster than I should be. And there were so many wrong expectation between me and my customer, and there was this moment where I kind of not sure whether my work is in accordance with my customer's need. And after I like searching around, and turned out I'm just lacking. No, not I. We were just lacking accountability because we don't hold each other accountable. I want them to do this while they should have asked me to do this, like make sure I do this. So we need to make sure we each other do the thing that we will do. But seriously, there was no communication between, like, yeah, that was really bad, to be honest. And I think that is I think so far my most memorable mistake is this. Like what, like no accountability at all. And it sucks, man. Not gonna lie, when you have no accountability at all for a project, because what the hell, man, is this going to work? That is the whole question that I have. Therefore, we need to do something about this. And one way to do it is through weekly meeting. In that weekly meeting, we just report what we have done and what we will do the next time, and what the feedback that we give to each other. Like, is there any wrong expectation here? Like, make sure we know that as early as possible, right? And I guess that is why accountability in project is very important. And again, with accountability, which is in this case weekly meeting, of course I feel like I'm going to the right direction, because the feedback is clear from the customers, and of course there will be like less miscommunication, definitely, because we give each other expectation when we meet. And yeah, I guess that's the thing that accountability in this stuff will solve. And this is like really important in B2B software project. I highly recommend it, to be to the point where I think I will do this 99% of the time, inshallah. Like, very important, man. Like if I have my next projects, I probably will say to the stakeholder that we should hold a meeting every week, because in my experience, if I don't do this, there was this feeling where I don't go to the right direction of this project. I don't know whether I'm really going to the right direction in accordance to the project. Yeah, there's no sense of direction if I don't do weekly meeting. And there will be so many wrong expectations between each other. Not gonna lie, wrong expectation. That's it. It's really bad, man. Just do it, man. Weekly meeting is like for me, like 99% must have in a project, in a B2B software project at least. But I think any big project is required. So I guess that is my video. Thank you all for watching. See you next time. Subscribe, but if you don't, I don't really mind. So assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.